So, what are we recording, Sister Raisa? We are doing our first podcast
First
and
episode,
the
yes.
first episode, yes. And this is, what did we call it? Hang on for a minute. We called it Serving Warrior Podcast. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Isn't that
So this is the
interesting
first
that
episode of the Serving Warrior podcast. And the very first topic we decided on was ending the lack story.
Allah, yes, ending the lag story. Yes, that's the topic for today. So I just want to start off by saying, and then I'm going to ask you. Just want to start off by saying that all lag stories are a lie.
Isn't that the truth?
Absolutely, like irrespective of how long one believes it, subhanallah, okay, how long one believes it, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So that is the first thing which came up for me. Okay. But having said that, what do we even mean by lag story? Let's just go there first. Okay. Otherwise, many of them will be wondering, like, what does that even mean? Okay.
Yeah.
Um, so what would you say, Teresa? Like when we say lag story, what comes to your mind? What does that even mean?
Yeah. It's like there's something missing in you, or there's
Mm.
something lacking, or, more commonly, we hear this as I'm not enough,
Mm.
or I don't have enough, or I'm gonna lose. And it can be like in the present state, and it could be even into the future states of the not enoughness. Let's call it that, the not enoughness, whether it's about your own self
Yeah.
or, your abilities, your capabilities, your importance, your worth, or it could even be like your material things, food, shelter, water, money, the big one. Running out of money, I don't have enough. What am I going to do? And it just breeds a whole bunch of that not enoughness breeds a whole bunch of fear and anxiety.
Yes, yes. So in simple words, let's say, tell me if this makes sense to you. Okay. If I say, oh, these are all unexamined thoughts about us, about life around us, about the world around us, which has a lack theme. There's a theme, okay, that something is lacking. So it can go something like this, okay, that I'm not enough, or I don't have enough.
Yeah.
Like it can be like about me, or it can be about what I have or don't have. Okay. And that realization was first relieving, just noticing, oh, it's a lack story because I have been believing that as truth. For example, some stories like, I don't have enough knowledge, I don't have enough experience, I don't have enough money, like you said, okay? I don't have enough love. Okay. I lack confidence. I lack, um, I lack, let's say, motivation. Okay. So it just goes on and on and on, which is just, is just like never ending, like that not enoughness in ourselves or what we have or what's or around us. Um, So that's one of my liberating realizations, I would say. Just seeing it's part of the life story. Eh,
Hmm. Yeah. It's very deep, actually, because you're talking about this realization of now, realizing or seeing that, wait a minute, is this really even true? Is this a lie I've been believing as truth my whole life? And I say that, like you said, it's never ending. And it's really deep rooted because I've had the realization myself, but I keep having it over and over again. I keep catching those lies, those stories that keep popping up
Yeah. Yeah.
and derailing, trying to derail me to believe
Yeah.
something that is a lie, actually.
Yes. In fact, that takes me to the question, how can we say it's a lie? Isn't it? Right?
I know,
If
right?
I have been believing that as my truth, for example, I don't have enough money. I don't have enough time, by the way. I don't have enough time. Yeah. Like that's one of my things which I have been living with. I don't have enough skills, etc. Like, how do we know it's how can we even say that it's a lie? I think that's something we can look right now, because when somebody's hearing, they can just say, "Oh, come on." Okay. Yeah, of course I don't have enough. Like, what are you even saying? So I think it's important for us to look at it from a perspective of where are we coming from. When we look around, what's our point of reference? Are we looking at your belief versus my belief? Of course not. Okay, it's not about your idea versus my idea. No, we are coming from what's universally true. Okay, looking at the 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 divine design, something
Mm.
we can rely on, not our thought process, not what we believe. So, so for example, if I look at, we don't wake up, at least I don't wake up thinking, will I have enough water today to drink? Like till now, okay, by the grace of God, I've never had that thought. To me, that is the anti, whatever you call it, okay, the opposite of the lack story. Okay. Somewhere I know there's going to be enough water for me to drink. I already know that. It's not even a belief. I already know that. Okay. Similarly, I have never woken up thinking, will I hard will I wake up? Well, well, I know that there's a possibility, but I haven't gone off to sleep. Scared will I wake up? At least till now, it hasn't happened. Okay. Now I've gone through the fear of death. Yes, I've been there. Okay. I know the there's a very sure possibility at some point of time I may not wake up, which is a sure shot, right? So that's something which we can predict. Okay.
Hmm.
But it hasn't really um crossed my mind like, will my heart be functioning next moment? I don't think about it. It's not part of my life story. So, so we could say, tell me if this makes sense to you. We could say, like gravity, okay? Like, will gravity be functioning? Will sunlight be enough for everybody? Okay. Will I have enough meat to eat? Okay. Sorry, vegetarians. Okay. So there's a lot of things which we don't even think, where there's no lack story in our life. We already have enough experiences where there is no lack, where lack doesn't exist.
Hmm.
Oxygen, oxygen. Okay, COVID. Okay, we were wondering, we were looking for oxygen. Okay, we were looking for those cylinders, oxygen cylinders. So, but but that has been a case otherwise. So so when we say it's a lie, we're coming from a perspective of what's the divine design is not based on lack. Lack comes from our lived experience, the conditioning, our personal experiences, just passed on to us. Okay. For example, I've grown up thinking, well, there's not enough money. Okay. I've grown up thinking, I don't have enough skills. I have to be working very, very hard. Okay. Etc. Etc. So what would you say?
You know, I have this beautiful window right next to my desk right here. I keep looking out. I have positioned my desk in a way that I can be in the presence of the sky, the clouds, the trees, the beautiful flowers, and just like I keep looking here because I just so attracted to it, and I'm like reflecting. I'm like, look at the tree. It doesn't like it doesn't have to do anything to go get what it needs.
Mm,
Like it's just there, still present. It's a it's a creation, like you said, it's part of the divine design. It's a creation of the creator.
mm,
And in being so, it's everything is taken care of its needs. The sunlight, the
mhm,
air, the
mm,
water, and it grows, it thrives even.
mm,
And so to me, I'm like, look how the creator takes care of all of the creation. Like everywhere around me, I even have plants in my home. And, I give it a little bit of water here and there, but even if I forget to, it's still thriving. It's still growing. And there is sunlight. There's sunlight. It's in the space where the sunlight comes through the windows. And it's so lush and it's so green. And, you know, so I definitely can resonate with our mind and our thoughts making us think and believe that we're going to run out or we're not going to have enough. But if you actually just look and observe in nature with the creation of the creator, how everything is taken care of, so why wouldn't it be the same for us? We're part of that creation. We're here for a purpose. And just in the same way, we do have everything that we need. It just maybe looks or we think that we don't. And that's part
mm.
of the lie.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. I think that's a beautiful place to pause. We think, we think there's lack, there's not
Mm.
enough. So it's just a basic misunderstanding, basic misunderstanding. Okay. But the moment we stop looking, we can start seeing that's not true. So, so we are not here to convince, we're just here to point for those who want to see. It's not about belief, it's about seeing. Where is this not true? Where is this not true in my life? Okay, and I think that'll be a beautiful place to start off looking what we are pointing to, that the divine design doesn't lack anything. However, we can think otherwise, we can believe otherwise. Okay? Our lived experience can support it, that doesn't matter because it's still because our experience comes from the feelings of our thoughts. So so yes, we have enough evidences to support that argument, but we are right now talking about inquiring into truth. Inquiring into
Universal truth.
universal truth. Exactly, that's the word, not my personal truth, universal truth. Because from that place we stop feeding that story, we start flowing with this divine design, and life starts to seem with a lot of ease. There's this flow, there's this gentleness, um there's
Dare I say abundance.
well, it's an interesting word. It's an interesting word. Yes. Yes. If I use a slightly more, like for me, we always have enough, just enough
Mm.
oxygen for today. Okay.
Hmm.
In fact, I don't need all the oxygen. I don't need all the water
Yeah.
in the world. Okay. I just need my, my, how much ever I need right now. I get that. I get that. That's all. That's all we need, really. However, we might think otherwise. We can believe otherwise. Okay. So we can go on and on with this, but I think this is just this is just an invitation to reflect what's
Mm.
universally true and what is not.
Yeah. Yeah. Sounds good. Sounds good. I think it is a good place to pause because this is a story that, is everywhere. So it's good to reflect because if you just keep thinking and believing it is true, it's been true, it always will be true, then it's a great place to pause, slow down, and to reflect on this.
Hmm. That's the invitation. Yes. Okay, that we wrap this episode for now.
Okay. So how many minutes was that?
Let's just find out.